There's an old joke about a man being escorted by St. Peter around heaven. They pass a high wall and the man asks, "Who's behind that wall?" St. Peter responds, "That's where the Catholics are in heaven. They think they're the only ones here." The joke reminds me of the question Jesus is asked in today's gospel. "Lord, will only a few people be saved?" The humor of the joke suggests that maybe we recognize in ourselves a little of the tendency to think that we've got it made. The Bible's version is, of course, more complicated. In today's gospel, Jesus doesn't answer the question directly. Instead, he issues a series of sayings and parables to emphasize that no one should take salvation for granted. He uses three images: the narrow gate, the locked door, and the great banquet. Scripture scholars suggest that the historical Jesus may have been speaking directly to those in leadership in his own religious community. Luke's purpose in recalling this parable may have been to caution his own parishioners about taking salvation for granted. Catholics hearing this gospel 20 centuries later, and part of a global church, also can draw some very practical conclusions. Let me paraphrase what Jesus tells us. Salvation isn't first come, first served. It's a mistake to just sit back and assume that you're in. And it doesn't matter who you know. Even hanging out with Jesus himself doesn't cut it. In other words, a person's sense of privilege, whether inherited, earned, or invented, is pretty much worthless. People you never thought could be saved will be sitting in the good seats, and there will be a whole lot more of them than you ever imagined. And finally, the best chance of success is to be humble and serve others. Skip the big main doors where everyone will notice our entrance and slip around to the narrow door at the side. What really counts is how you treat other people. The bottom line about being saved has to do with God's grace. We might respond best by looking at the people knocking on the doors of our parish church. Can we welcome all in imitation of our God, the gracious host who offers salvation to all?